Hello, author Meg Grimm here. This is the final part of a 3-part video telling my testimony about why I no longer use or sell essential oils. That is still the case for me, but for anyone who does not have that same conviction, I wanted to give my recommendations for how you might use essential oils in light of what you have now learned. Number 1, consider staying away from multi-level marketing companies. I know, but hear me out. It's only some food for thought. Essential oil advocates are taught to convince customers to not only purchase monthly because it's so much smarter, but also to purchase a certain amount each month because it's so much smarter. In the case of my company, that meant over $100 each month. That is how advocates earn their income and bonuses, and how other people on their teams earn income and bonuses too. I once knew of a woman whose upline asked her to increase her order for the month to $225 because if she didn't, her upline would not receive their bonus that month. From then on, she faithfully spent at least that much every month. Although multi-level marketing is sold to us as a smart, legal, and legitimate way for the little guy to start a business, I have seen where it can sometimes have attributes of a cult. And I'm not the only one who has noticed. It is unsurprising that some situations can become more sour than others when working with alternative medicine products, because some people are using and promoting them as new age tools. Some marks of cult-like thinking is the pressure to maintain or invest in your business so that nobody else on your team loses out because you just didn't have enough money that month, or the more common assumption, you didn't try hard enough. That is a feeling many are made to feel because the model of these businesses is supposedly so very easy, and advocates hear constantly that they could be doing more. But in the end, do you really think anyone needs over $100 worth of essential oil products each month? Especially when one of the selling points is that you only need 1 or 2 drops at a time. I am here to tell you that you do not. Also, are so-called cheaper brands really less quality than the super expensive ones? I know all the reasons why they tell you they are, but think about that one. Now, I want to say here that someone in the upline I had when I was selling essential oils was the best mentor there could have been. This person was so down to earth and supportive. I still admire her, and I believe she is exactly where the Lord wants her. Nevertheless, this was not for me, and I encourage you to think about whether MLM is really for you. Our money is God's money, and as stewards of it, we should be mindful about what we are using it on and what it is supporting behind the scenes. I'm only bringing this to your attention because you may not know what can go on in MLMs. I believe this is a decision worth a Christian praying about. Number 2. Another suggestion of mine is to make your own natural medicine products instead. You will at least know your source. It seems to me that herbs are less dangerous than their essential oils, which are a completely different product chemically. I have found that herb gardening is easy and fun. It's a lot easier than vegetable gardening. When it comes to herbal medicine, it is also easier to do research and a little easier to find sources that are primarily based in science rather than tradition than it is for essential oils. Herb-infused oils, herbal teas, salves, and poultices are less expensive and less concentrated than essential oils. To help you become an herb crafter, I wrote a book on herb gardening that teaches people how to use herbs wisely as Christians. It's called The Christian Herb Gardener's Handbook, a Beginner's Guide. If you are not so interested in infused oils, you can even be really ambitious and distill essential oils yourself. Don't limit yourself to thinking you can't do such a thing. Of course you can if you really want to. I've seen it. Number 3, don't use anything without researching the product, the plant, and especially the company, trusting only credible sources. Please take this warning seriously. When I was in the field, I would see Facebook posts shared by those who had learned the hard way about an adverse effect of an essential oil. People poisoned their dogs and cats accidentally, caused reactions, got horrible sunburns because of photosensitivity, and everything else. Now, anytime that this happens, others usually comment that these people should have researched first. However, count how many times it is said at an essential oil class that oils are all natural and perfectly safe. Safe for babies, safe for children, safe for animals, safe, safe, safe. To me, it's kind of cruel to impress on someone how safe a product is and then chastise them because they didn't know it wasn't safe to use it in a certain way. Stating that someone should have used common sense is another way of calling them foolish or irresponsible. In reality, they were simply deceived, just like you might be, by the way. Anyone can be deceived. Lastly, always use essential oils in moderation. We still don't know the long-term effects of essential oils. I once read a testimony of someone who used essential oils during the first craze in the 1960s and 70s. This person claims to now be allergic to the oils. Like everything else, we should use products in moderation. There is also 3 ways of using oils: topically, aromatically, and by ingesting them. There is debate about the safety of inhaling or ingesting essential oils, and there is also debate about applying them neat on the skin without diluting. Just because it doesn't feel like anything bad is happening, that doesn't mean there won't be effects that show up later after continual use like this, just like with any other drugs. Toward the end of my essential oil usage, I developed migraines. I have them to this day. There isn't a lot known about migraines, but I'm told that hormones can play a role. It also turns out that essential oils can disrupt normal functioning of hormones. I'm not saying this is what happened to me. I'm just saying I wish I hadn't used essential oils as much as I did for 3 years straight. I wish I would have used them in moderation and diluted them. All in all, I don't believe essential oils are bad. That's not my point. But they are not the miracles they are marketed to be. We can live without them. I do, and I used to believe I never would. If you missed my video on why I do not use or sell essential oils, brew yourself a cup of tea and settle in. If you watched this video, chances are that one is for you too. God bless you.